We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to F.A.W.B. It stands for Forever White Belts, and I am your host, Naughty Nate. Before we get started with tonight's episode, I would like to do a couple quick shout outs. First to the Scrapyard. Congratulations on another successful event. The Halloween event was amazing. For those of you that saw it on the pay-per-view, we had over 25 matches, a lot of bangers. One in particular that you need to check out. It's already out on video. It is a 2 versus 1. We have the dynamic duo teaming up, Pappas and Solo, taking on Alani. He's like a human monster. The guy is huge, over 300. He's 345 pounds, and he takes both them on. The match is released now. It's out on YouTube. Be sure to check that one out. It's a banger. It's super entertaining, very exciting. Yeah, I'd also like to do a quick shout out to Eddie Blackburn. I heard the WFC event went really well. That's the event over at the Emerald Green Casino. And yeah, I heard it was an amazing event. Fire Chicken, Mandy Bear, they were there. They told me all about it. I know Eddie was kind of like your a little goodbye. I know you're going to be doing some retirement. I hope you enjoy that. You've done a lot for the community. You're going to be really missed, man. So I hope that you're still able to be at the events from time to time, and we're able to see you there. Yeah. So, guys, tonight's I have a pretty interesting podcast. You know, when I first scheduled my guest tonight, I didn't know it was going to be this controversial. To be honest, a little bit of context. I've met my guests through Facebook. We've never met formally in person. We haven't trained yet. We've spoken about it a few times. It has yet to happen. But Joey Claassen is our guest tonight. He's been a supporter of the show. He has an upcoming event or upcoming match, November 15th with the NWC. I saw that on Facebook. I'm a promoter of the NWC. I think it's a wonderful event. I've had my own competitors in there a few different times. And yeah, it's a local event. My gym's in Vancouver, Washington. We like to help promote and support local events and local competitors. So for him being, him falling under both those categories, I spoke to Joey and wanted to get him on. Well, in doing so, I made a thumbnail to promote the podcast, and then I got hit up by a few different promoters out there that had some controversy with Joey. So that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. But prior to us getting there, guys, I'm going to get a little bit of a backstory on Joey. I'd like to hear about his experience, how martial arts has impacted his life, and we're going to go from there. So I'm going to bring him on now. Hey, Joey, welcome to the show, bro.
How's it going, man?
It's going well. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Just trying to get this one down.
Yeah, busy, I see. Hey, buddy.
Okay,
Oh, that's great stuff. So, Joey, let's get started with how about you tell me how you first got into combat sports? Give me a little bit of your background, your training, and let's go from there, man.
Well, mainly my dad is the one that got me into this. He's a wrestler. He took second in state in Montana sometime in the 80s, I think. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of old now, so it was a while ago. But I coach Dan Grimani, who's been helping me with my wrestling since the 6th grade. Been doing pretty good at that.
How long is that? How long have you been in wrestling now? Like 20 years, roughly?
Yeah, about that.
Okay.
Since I could walk, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
My 5-year-old son, he's gonna start competing here next year. He's been doing some training too.
Okay, that's awesome, man. Heck yeah.
But I got some Taekwondo as well. I'm a yellow belt with Taekwondo.
That's cool. Heck yeah. Some formal training, some traditional stuff. Probably got some pretty decent kicks and takedowns. That's handy in MMA for sure.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what made you decide you want to compete?
Well, I mean, just watching everybody else do it around here. Honestly, watching the scrapyard, a lot of the scrapyard, it's a huge motivation. Watching Flex, he does some good stuff.
Yeah,
I
he
don't know,
does.
he's been a huge
Definitely.
inspiration.
Mhm.
But I don't know if you know Ugly Boy from the scrapyard.
Not right off the top of my head. Is he an older competitor? I've been
Yeah,
associated with the scrapyard now for it'll be 2 years in March.
yeah,
So
I think his name's Joey Carpenter.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a little unfamiliar with him, but I'll definitely look him up. Is he a friend of yours?
yeah, he's the one that got me back into sparring. I don't know, back in 2016. He gave me my first sparring lesson,
Oh,
like
nice.
getting back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got into it back 2016, and got into some trouble and stuff.
Mm.
Kind of swung out of it. I tried to join the military after collecting myself. Spent 3 months at MEPS and everything. Didn't get into it because of my eyesight. But after all that, I mean, I went through a depression again.
I'm sorry to hear about that. That's it's pretty common. A guys come out of the military.
Yeah, that was my dream. Like that's all I wanted to do. But me and my dad has always watched UFC, like
Mm-hmm.
combat karate. We watched a lot of stuff, a lot of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that was one of our bonding things. So I figured my grandma just passed away like 2 years ago. So I have my grandpa who just had a pacemaker put in last year, around the time that I was in Austin's event.
Uh-huh.
So I'm hoping to get a couple events in for him to watch and be proud of pretty much before he goes.
Definitely. So real quick, how many amateur matches have you had?
About 18 total.
You've had
Most of
18
them,
matches total?
yeah.
Okay. And were these what type of matches were these?
One of them was a no contest. That was kickboxing with Austin.
That was over at
And
the NWC, yeah.
yeah, then I had a couple of taekwondo competitions. That
Mm,
was in Hathaway Elementary in the gymnasium. It was
okay.
so I'm trying to. His name was Matt Brown. He's in Washougal, Washington.
Hmm.
I went to 3 of those events, and most of my other events was wrestling, pretty much.
So majority of your experience has been in traditional taekwondo tournaments or
Mhm.
sanctioned wrestling matches.
Yep.
Okay. And then you've only had one no contest, you said, with NWC, and that was a kickboxing match.
Yeah.
Okay, have you had any MMA matches or anything like that?
Nope. I actually have
Nothing
my
yet.
first one coming up with Austin here on the 15th. Trying to
Okay.
figure out the exact opponent.
Hmm.
Trying to see if he wants me at 145 or 135.
Fair enough. So, with you having, if you don't mind me saying, with you having such limited experience in terms of official amateur matches in like the combat scene, let's get to some of these. Let's get to some of the controversy when it comes to some of these promoters, man. I mean, it doesn't seem like you've had enough matches to have, this much controversy. If you don't mind me saying, I've had 3 promoters reach out to me once I made this thumbnail, and they didn't have the most positive things to say. If you don't mind, I'd like to go through that kind of one by one, if you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's go over with what Troy. And excuse me, Troy. Sorry if I get your last name wrong. It's Troy Hathel. He's a matchmaker for Arena Wars. He reached out to me once he saw the thumbnail that I made earlier on Facebook. He made claims that he's put you in multiple events, and you dropped out of those events on short notice. There was also a dispute over $100 payment that he gave you, and yeah, maybe you'd like to address that.
Yeah. So honestly, it was only one event for Troy.
Okay.
He pulled me from an event from Patrick.
Mm.
So that's
Patrick was also another promoter, which I'll get to his. We'll go through these one by one, but yeah, go ahead.
Patrick is KOC. I believe that's. I don't know the correct pronunciation yet
It's
because it's
okay.
kind of
It's
new.
KCS number, and
KCS.
it is new. The one that you were signed up for was KCS number 2, so it's yeah, they're a fairly new organization.
Yep. And that opponent was supposed to be Dallas Joe Jr. And that was supposed to be for a title as well.
Hmm. Okay, let's rewind real quick. Let's go over the Troy events. So what happened with that one? Why you signed up for the Arena Wars? I'm assuming it's Arena Wars
Yeah.
with Troy. And why couldn't you make that one?
Honestly, it was car troubles and everything. My excuse.
Hmm.
There's not really anything else I can really say about it. It was
Okay.
car issues, and then that $100 that he sent me, he decided to say I scammed him. But we went over it. I offered to pay him back, and he told me just to keep it.
Mhm.
So there's
And
that.
I will say in the screenshots that I was tagged in, because there were screenshots that were made and posted on Facebook, and I was tagged in those. In the screenshots, you did say that you would pay him back the $100, and he did say that go ahead and keep it. He said
Yep.
just keep it, and
Yep.
he seemed pretty fed up with the situation. Again, uh, I'm kind of on the outside looking in, so I'm trying to be really unbiased of it all. Um, to all the promoters out there that are watching this right now, I would totally love to have you on eventually too, and you're welcome to dispute or say your side of this in the future. But currently, Joey, I'd like to give you the floor so that you can kind of address these allegations. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with Troy. Then you said, then I had I had Patrick Turner, who's also a fan of the show. Shout
Yes.
out to you, Patrick. Um, yeah, let's address this January 3rd event that he had you in with the KCS. It was their second event. He said that you again had the same issue where he signed you up, they promoted you, and then in short notice, by short notice I mean day of the event, he heard that you weren't able to make it. What happened there, man?
Well, that one's tricky because honestly, my fault. Can't blame anyone else but me. You take a fight, you don't show up. That's
Hmm.
on me. But did with that whole situation, with me getting not getting to that fight with Troy, he also pulled me from that fight with Patrick. So that took away that first fight from him. So the
Hmm.
second fight, he pulled me out of because I was not. He pulled me out of that because he heard I wasn't able to make it a different event that I tried to pick up on a short notice, day of, and I couldn't make that one. It's Pablo Alfonso, I think his name was, that I was picking up a little bit of beef with, and
Okay.
he decided to try and he put me on an event that he knew I couldn't make. And then I told him it's because of my professional contract that I have. I already signed it, so I don't want to do anything until I know. But I had opponents backing out for me, and it wasn't. It was because of their issues. Like one didn't have medicals or some stuff like that.
Okay, let's rewind real quick, okay, bud. So you said that you had this event with Patrick. You were
Mm-hmm.
scheduled for that event, and that you had to pull out of that event because there was another event that was scheduled that you were scheduled to fight in on the same day,
Yeah.
and that was a professional contract. Is that
No, that was Troy's.
that was Troy's contract? Okay,
That was Troy's. My professional contract was with Surrock Promotions, a com- it's boxing promotion.
boxing
That
promotion.
yeah,
Okay.
that was in California.
Mm.
They wanted me to come up to California, and I got into another car wreck. I'm on my fourth car right now.
Jeez, buddy, you better get some thicker glasses.
All right, but no, it's not
Yeah.
just that. I was buying cheap cars, thinking I was doing good, going under the radar, not having to pay a whole bunch
Mm.
of taxes and all that. No, I was
Okay.
getting what I paid for, and I tried to go long distance with them when I was just doing in-town trips with them.
Hmm.
That was my stupidity. I mean, I thought I could do it because hey, let's get my name out there.
Yeah,
That's
well, you
what I'm
live
here
and you
for.
learn, man. Yeah. So,
I got
when it
kids.
comes to Patrick Turner's event, you just couldn't make it because Troy pulled you out of it.
No, yeah. First one's because Troy pulled me out, and then the second one's because Patrick himself pulled me out
Because
because of
Patrick
all
pulled you
this
out.
controversy.
Oh, okay. So because of all the drama that involved with Troy during your first event with Troy,
Yeah.
you
Then
were
some
pulled out. Okay. Hmm.
exactly. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. He had me on two different posters, two different guys, Patrick.
Hmm.
And then he pulled me out because of all the controversy. And then when I picked up that beef with Pablo Alfonso, he hit me up saying, "Man, I don't like how you're talking to him. I'm gonna have to take you off this card because I can't rely on you. I need
Hmm.
reliable fighters." And I said, "I understand that. I have a replacement fighter," and I sent him a replacement fighter. And I was like, "I'm not trying to cause any harm. I mean, if you don't want me because of what you hear, that's on you. I won't try and make a name where it's not wanted."
Hmm.
That's why
Okay.
I was willing to fly all the way down to Flex, New York.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah. Let's why don't you elaborate on this match that you had in New York? First of all, how did you come across the match in New York?
I have a
Um,
manager,
you have a manager. Okay.
actually two managers.
It's pretty rare. I will say this, it's pretty rare for any amateur fighter that has uh one match to have managers already. So I guess you're ahead of the game in that. So these managers are setting you up for these matches.
Yep. And then,
Okay.
but these managers, I'm not gonna diss on them or anything. I mean, they're good managers. It just I don't always get responses from them
Mm.
when I need to.
Mm.
That's kind of an issue too. And then what I do is I follow the word of one manager. One tells me not to do this fight after they've already helped me get this fight set up.
Mm.
They tell me, okay, actually, don't do that fight. I've got someone else for that fight. All right, whatever. I back out. I've got
Mm.
screenshots because I'm in a group chat. I mean, Flex just got it in added into this management of champions. That
Fair enough.
manager is Daryl Hatchett.
Mm.
Is
So so this is interesting to me. This is new information because I haven't had any of the promoters that have reached out to me about you speak about any management. So has any of your management spoken with these promoters and kind of been that middleman for you to represent you with these guys? Because maybe there's some miscommunication happening on somebody's end, and maybe that
yeah,
needs to get addressed.
because it's not just my management; it's also Jason Vincent. He's also the one that's helped set me up into professional boxing. He's the
Hmm.
one that helped me jump into that one, saying that I can get good matches. I mean, it's fair competition and good money rather than fighting for free and everything. Talked me
Yeah.
into a good contract.
So you were gonna go into boxing, professional boxing right out the gate?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, it
Wow.
was just an opportunity. I was like, dude, I
Yeah.
want to make a name. I couldn't get into the army. I said, so if
Mhm.
I'm gonna go all in on something, it's gonna be combat. It's gonna be something in combat, man. It's the only thing I've ever been good at.
Fair enough. I like to express myself with my hands too, man. And martial arts has played a huge part of my life, and it's had a huge impact on my life. So I can understand that.
Yeah. I mean,
You
you
know,
could
I
look.
yeah. Having said that, I haven't had this much controversy before by any guest. I've also had Nathan Brownfield reach out to me. He's a part of Arena Wars, and he said that he had you in a couple events that you pulled out again short notice. Um, uh, I guess as from a promoter's end, and again, I'm trying to be unbiased here. From a promoter's end, if they hear about these things, they may view you as unreliable. How would you address that? How would you address that with like future promoters? I mean, because just because the community is pretty small, it's pretty
Yeah.
tight knit.
No, I mean, honestly, I messed up by not making fights that I said I could make. That's
Hmm.
on me. There's no getting past that. I can name a bunch of excuses, but that's just the trials of my life that I have to get through. I
Hmm.
mean, I I can't blame anyone but me, and no one can fix this but me. And
Hmm.
that's why I'm constantly still trying to get back into that cage when everyone wants to shut me down after my no shows.
Hmm.
not
So
purposely.
are you having a hard time finding events that will accommodate you and
Yeah,
let you on their card?
because people everywhere I go, I got Troy coming on trying to run his mouth and everything, and I respect it. I messed up,
Mm-hmm.
but he runs his mouth everywhere. He ran it to Flex. He ran it to every other promotion. He's friends with Austin on Facebook, so I'm surprised he hasn't ran it to Austin.
Oh,
But
I mean, I don't know. Uh, I do know this. I mean, there's a lot of promoters that will. I mean, yeah, they'll take the advice of other promoters and whatnot, but their interaction with a competitor may be different. I mean, until they get screwed over by you, then or by that competitor. I'm not going to say you, but by that competitor, then I don't see why they would have an issue with you necessarily. You
yeah,
know, I will say too, though, that I mean, if this may be something that follows you, reputations tend to do that. um how do you how do you plan on kind of, I guess, rectifying the reputation that you have now? Like, what is your plans moving forward with these competitions, and how do you plan on being more reliable? I mean, like I said, it's already, you're kind of on thin ice with some people.
no, exactly. And I have no hard feelings towards anyone. I messed up. That's my path.
Mhm.
But my only fight right now set up and in the works, and I'm training for, is Austin's fight on the 15th of
Mhm.
November. That one, I'm going to give it all I got. I need to make a statement. I need to show people that it's not going to go to the judges, man.
Mhm.
I'm not going to let someone say anything anymore. I'm
Yeah.
just going to lay people out from here on out. There's not going to be second round, third rounds. It's going to be first rounds from here on out.
Mm.
Like, I need at least my next three fights first round finishes, and two of those I want with Austin.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty significant goal, and it's a good one to have. I would say that, yeah, you're kind of battling off your back right now in terms of just reputation. That is definitely going to be on you to have to kind of turn that around. Are you aware of, I guess, how much is invested into these events, in terms of, yeah, promotion and, just throwing it and all that stuff? And I guess, do you see their side of it as to why they would be upset? I know you've kind of alluded to that earlier. You Like, if they invest money in you,
Mm-hmm.
promotional wise,
No, I
and
get
you
it.
don't show up, not only is that kind of like, I guess, on the event, but also, like, you consider your opponent that's been training for, 6 to 8 weeks, training camp, expects you to be there. They make their sacrifices, they do their weight cuts, all that, and then they get a no show literally on the day of the event. That could be pretty devastating to a young competitor, and that can also leave a pretty bad taste in their mouth about you as a competitor. How do you address that situation?
Well, no, I understand that completely. And each one of the fights that have gone through were each championship fights.
Hmm.
So there was a lot put into them. And I screwed up.
Hmm.
I understand there's a lot of money put into it. There's a lot invested from the fans. There's a lot invested from the fighters, the
Hmm.
promoters, the matchmakers, and the people who set up the cage, the people who bring it down. There's just a whole bunch of factors into this.
Yeah.
And I let them all down.
And to be fair, I mean, you're one competitor in an event that usually has multiple matches. Um, so I will say that, I mean, it doesn't necessarily crush an event. But it does leave a bad taste in promoters' mouths when competitors do this, because you're one of many. I mean, there are flakes out there, and it's hard once you get labeled that to get unlabeled that. Like, it takes consistency, right?
Yeah.
And you say you're willing to do that. You're willing to be that consistent guy, and you're willing to, rewrite the narrative that is kind of placed on you. And I think that that's a good thing, especially if, you feel passionate about competing. You feel passionate about martial arts. I mean, people, they go through their ups and downs, and things happen in life, and I hope, I guess moving forward with this, that you are able to live up to those expectations that you place on yourself, and those expectations that promoters place on you. Um and that, yeah, you can kind of mend some of these bridges, I guess, man. Do you have any aspiration to want to do that? Do you want to kind of mend
Yeah,
some of these bridges with these promoters, and see if
absolutely.
there's a way to, work something out?
Absolutely. I mean, each one of these promoters, they did not need anything done wrong to them. They didn't
Mm,
ask for it. They only asked for a good show to be put on, and I failed to do that.
mm,
And I mean, if there's any fighters that send them their way. Flex pays for flight,
mm,
so they'll cover your whole flight, hotel. They'll give you opportunities, and they're reaching out right now.
mm.
Go all the way to New York. That's pretty good fighting capital, I think. I
Oh
think
yeah, I
New
mean,
York and Nevada.
there's amazing organizations out there. We have quite a few amazing organizations here in the Northwest as well.
Mhm.
There's a lot. I mean, Arena Wars does do wonderful things. It looks like this. What is it? The KSC is coming
Basically.
up.
Yeah.
Let me get that right. It's the KCS is coming up. Sorry about that, Patrick. The KCS is coming up. We have, the WFC. We have the NWC. We have FCFF in Portland. There's so many great organizations here in the Northwest as well, and there's even that one in Omac. There's one over in Toppenish is at the casinos over there. They do them. Yeah, man, there's a lot of really great events, and they're willing to help promote and support local talent, as long as that talent's also willing to hold up their end of it.
Yeah.
um yeah, I mean,
Yes. I was gonna say with I think is it King of the Cage in Lincoln and at the coast, I think with oh I forgot his name, Carlos or something.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not really familiar with that one, no.
But well that's one I
uh
want to try and get on eventually after everyone sees me get at least one win here after Austin's event.
yeah, what's your training been like leading up to this event?
So I do 2 hours or 2 miles in the morning, then 2 miles at night with cardio. So
Mhm.
I run around the neighborhood.
Are you
But
getting in any kind of sparring or technical
mhm,
training, doing mitts, bag
yep,
work?
yep,
You
I
you got
do.
trainers?
Yep, I got virtual trainers right now.
Okay.
Kind of different. It's just because of where I'm living. The
Mhm.
dojo that I was going to, it's only open certain days, and then other days it turns into a ballerina. So
Okay.
like a ballet spot, I guess. It takes
Sure.
different classes in there.
No. Let me ask you this question, Joey, which is kind of remarkable to me, but you have claims that you were offered title shots coming right out the gate. Is that correct?
Each and every one of my fights have been title fights, except
Uh,
for Austin's.
so each and one of these promoters that have tried to get you into their event has been for a main event or co-main event?
Main event title, each and every one.
Hmm. Okay. Why do you think you're getting these opportunities at a title shot when you've had, one match?
Probably the
And that
attention.
wasn't until recently, right?
Yeah, that was, I don't know, the May event, March or May, whatever
May?
event
Oh,
that
okay.
one was.
I mean, it was this year.
Yeah.
And you've only had one, so you're getting title matches. And you're saying it's because of the attention you're gaining?
That's my biggest guess is that, and they want to fraud check me, see if I'm really an easy target or not. So they
Hmm.
put me against whoever's the best.
I'm just curious as to what kind of a like are you talking to attention in terms of, like, I guess, the notoriety of not showing up, or
I
what is
don't
it?
know.
Because I mean, it's hard to gain a lot of attention when you don't really have any matches out there.
That's what I'm trying
So,
to figure out. I'm just as confused. I mean, I'm down to accept any fight, and that's why I was
mhm.
accepting the title fights after title fights. But
Hmm.
then I had issues with them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to kind of hear that too from for some of the promoters that may be watching this that I've mentioned. Like I said, I'd be happy to get you guys on the podcast at a future date and hear your side of the story as well. And kind of yeah, well, I'm a little confused as to why you'd be getting these prestigious matches again right out the gate with no prior really experience or anything they can really go off of. That to me just seems a little bit unconventional, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've reached out to a few of the promotions. Like I think Arena Wars was one that I reached out to at
Mhm.
one time, and then I've also reached out to the Patrick's event when I first saw that coming up, not knowing when the event was going to be. So
Mhm. Hmm.
then that turned into a bigger mess, which wasn't meant to be, which led
Okay.
down the path that I'm on.
The
Which,
path of redemption now.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, nothing but redemption. Everyone's looking at my name, they question it, but now it's time to take away the question and show them
Mhm.
that I'm here for real.
But you feel that that's fair that they question
Mhm.
that, right? That's fair.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Dude,
so you're not just
I'd be concerned if they weren't questioning me, man.
right. Yeah.
So, I mean, that Michael dude, he keeps calling me out multiple times. He called me out on Facebook comments and then he hit me up
Mhm.
in the DMs, and I'll send them to you personally. But
Mhm.
he's calling me out for the 145 bare knuckle title. And after I get a couple of these fights in with Austin, that's what I'm hoping to do in October. If he's willing to send the contract.
You're willing to do a bare knuckle MMA match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
that's quite the jump, man. I mean, I know at the NWC, especially when it comes to the kickboxing, you're wearing heavy gloves, you're wearing shin guards.
Oh,
Not to say that people don't get knocked out and you're not getting bruised up, but that's a lot different from going from that to virtually no protection
yeah. Oh, yeah.
and going in there with an experienced individual at that. I'm sorry, I just met, or I haven't met Michael formally yet. He just happened to comment in the comments underneath that thumbnail as well. I plan to have him on as a guest in the future too. Maybe we'll go over this as because I'm kind of curious, like, yeah, what the beef is since you're not.
It's because of Troy. He's Troy's
That's
best
just
friend.
it. Oh, okay, okay.
So he
Well,
wants
that
to
makes
he wants
sense.
to teach me a lesson, and I'm like, all right, let's do it, big boy. And he's all running his mouth. Oh, I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. And I was like, you're the one who's avoiding a contract. I was like, just send
Mm.
it, big boy. But you're not.
Is it a pro match?
It's for his title, his bare
Okay.
knuckle title, at
Mm,
145. And I said, if it's in October next year, because he called me a dumb fuck, because I thought he was talking about this year.
mhm.
And I was like, it's already October. I can't do nothing about it right now. I don't want to jump on anything and get my name even more dragged down.
Right.
So I told him, if it's next October, I was like, send me the contract. I'll do that for you, man. I'll get at least 2, 3 fights in to prep up for this, and it'll be MMA. And I want it on like lighter gloves, but my
Mm,
training's a little bit different too. I don't train with gloves all the time.
mm. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
be sure to be careful with that. I mean, the big thing with
absolutely.
gloves help with is they help prevent cuts,
Yeah,
and if you're just in training, you don't really want to get cut up too much.
no.
Um, yeah, man. Well, Joey, like I said, we've been in some communication now for a little while now.
Yeah.
We met through Facebook and whatnot, and I've been curious to see you compete. I may be there on the 15th. Unsure yet if I'm going to be attending that show or not, but I'm definitely will hear about it, and I'll be curious to see what the outcome is, man. I mean, like I said, you're kind of on the road to redemption. If you'd like to clear your name and you'd like to kind of build up a different reputation for yourself, the only kind of recommendation or suggestion I can give you is just, be reliable and kind of stand on what it is you say,
Oh,
just
absolutely.
as a competitor and as somebody that's involved with events, which I'm in. I know all that goes into it. I know you as a competitor too. I mean, you can appreciate like training for 6 to 8 weeks for an individual, and then the day shows up and all of a sudden you don't have a fight. That could be pretty discouraging. So I would hate that to happen to you. I hope that this is just a rocky start and that we can move past this stuff, and that maybe you're provided with some more opportunities in the future so that you can really display what it is you can do, and you can express your passion, which is martial arts and competing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hope that happens, man. And maybe, with this podcast, we can mend some of these bridges. Maybe it is a communication thing. I don't know. Like I said, I'm willing to speak with the promoters and have them on and tell their side of it. Understand if they do come on and you're on, that they may be upset, and like you said, rightfully so. But I I hope that nobody's saying anything that's not founded to be true. Sometimes look, two people can look at a situation and see two different things, but I hope nobody's telling tall tales about this stuff, because we are talking about people's livelihood and their reputation and their passions and whatnot. So yeah, man, best of luck to you come November 15th. Is there anything you would like to say to any of the promoters, your haters, or maybe your fans and people that encourage you?
Eh, we'll be showing up on the 15th of November, and anyone that is hating on me right now that is signed up for the event, they can get it if they're at the weight.
Hmm.
I'll even jump up a weight. I don't care. I'll jump down a weight. Just let me know. I'll do it.
You're
But
willing to fight.
also, yeah, any of the promoters that still see me as bad doo doo, I apologize, and I hope that eventually down the road, after you see me with something on my resume, it'll be different. I'm not here to put anyone through the ringer except for my opponent.
All right.
I do apologize for the no shows. That won't happen again.
All right. Well, I guess all that's left to prove, Joey, is just you showing up, bro, and
Oh, yeah.
and that's how we move forward, man. Like I said, how can the fans find you?
They can find me on Facebook, Instagram at Joey.Claassen.
Hmm. All right, man. Well, uh, November 15th, show up, be
Yep,
there, be square, right?
yep. I'm ready.
All right, brother. Well, thank you again for coming on the podcast tonight, and sharing your martial arts journey with us. Like I said, I'm always a supporter of local talent and local events. I'm happy to shed some light on, maybe some negative stuff out there and some stuff that needs to be addressed. I'm happy to do so. So I appreciate
Yeah,
you coming on here and being honest and being vulnerable with us. All right, man.
yeah, no, I appreciate you, like, even considering me, man. It means a lot.
Of
You're
course,
doing a
brother.
lot for this community, and I appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much, Joey. You have yourself a good night. Get them kids to bed, all right?
Yes, sir. You have a
All
good
right.
one, man.
You too later, bro. All right. Well, there we have it, guys. I mean, there's always two sides to every story. So like I said, for the promoters that reach out to me about this individual, if you'd like to come on the podcast and express how you feel and tell your side of it, reach out to me, guys. I'm happy to have you on. I'm happy to help promote any local events, any local talent. Like the podcast is for meeting like-minded individuals that share a passion for martial arts. And just like in anything, you're going to have the good and the bad. That's the whole thing with the yin and yang, right? But I think as a fight community, we can come together and we can talk about these things. And worst case scenarios, we can all meet up at the scrapyard and talk with our fist, because that's kind of where things lead when discourse is done. And yeah, before we get to that, let's bullshit about it and see if we can't find some common ground. Anyways, yeah, man, I did not anticipate this guest to cause so much controversy, but like I said, maybe it's a miscommunication. It is what it is. And we'll just see what happens. Things coming up November 15th, NWC. Get your tickets now. They're on sale. It's a local event in Vancouver, Washington, over at Vancouver Elite. It's a fantastic event, guys. You get a lot of really good local talent in the area. They have upwards of, they shoot for about 15 fights. Yeah, so it's a great night to, come out and see a lot of the up and coming young fighters in the Vancouver area, Vancouver Portland area, because we get guys that travel from Portland come do it as well. Another event coming up is November 22nd. That's going to be the next scrapyard event. If you don't have your pay-per-view, that's the PPV stream. Make sure you get it on their YouTube page. It's only $4.99, guys. So it's worth it. Trust me. You get access to almost. I mean, we had over 25 matches in our last event. It's an all day thing. You get immediate access to the matches, like I said, live, and then you get access to any edited matches. You get early access to any of those. So completely worth it. Check that stuff out. Also, I'll be doing Kicking It with Chicken and Naughty Nate's this Sunday. We'll be speaking and going over the Scrapyard event. Like I said, we had a lot of really cool matches. Be sure to check out that 2 versus 1. That's already dropped. That's released. And yeah, if anybody would like to stop in and get some rounds with me tomorrow, which would be Wednesday, stop into Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu located in Vancouver, Washington. I'll be there at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Stop in. Let's get some rounds. I love training with people. Like I said, I'm forever a white belt, so I'm open to, new concepts, new techniques, or variations of the same technique. Yeah, guys, just trying to meet more individuals in this community because I've always loved martial arts. I've been doing this now for going on almost 30 years. Damn, it's crazy to say that. I started this when I was 12 years old, so crazy. And I haven't always been the greatest martial artist and on a lot of aspects, but I've always had a passion for this, and I've always loved what the core represented, so yeah, thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're a real supporter of the show, you will subscribe to my Facebook. It's only 99 cents a month, guys. That 99 cents a month keeps me fed and keeps me going so that I can keep providing this amazing content for y'all. Anyways, guys, I hope everybody has a great night, and I will see you all soon. Take it easy.